I want to check in on overseas news, and Defence Minister and Deputy PM Richard Marles, along with Foreign Minister Penny Wong, are in the US for the annual AUSMIN talks, reinforcing the AUKUS submarine pact. Here's the US Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth.
It was mentioned full steam ahead on AUKUS. We applaud Australia's upcoming delivery of an additional $1 billion to help expand US submarine production capacity.
Yeah, that's the news we wanted to hear. Full steam ahead is the word of the day, exactly what Australia wanted to hear. But as I put to Kristin, the US wants Australia to keep stumping up more money. They certainly won't let us be laggards.
Still, I think the future of AUKUS has never been more positive. America, keep in mind, for years now has been shouldering much of the burden of kind of defending Western civilization with its own military, particularly within NATO. This has become an unsustainable burden for the United States. And now, with the growing influence of China throughout the Pacific, it's in Australia's interest to enhance its own defenses. So, what does America do better than anyone else? Build weapons that kill as many people as possible. What is Australia gifted with? Endless rare earth materials and other precious natural resources. Both America and Australia need each other here, Chris. And, despite some personal differences with Albanese and Trump, the relationship is important. Big egos can't get in the way. This needs to happen.
Exactly. The mutual interests are so strong. And that's something that Marco Rubio focused on.
It's a strong alliance. And what we want to do is continue to build on it. We think we have a lot of momentum at the direction of the president. AUKUS is full steam ahead, as he said.
Yeah, the point here, Kristin, is, of course, the great gift to Australia is that America and the UK actually will share their nuclear submarine technology and other missile technology. So, of course, Australia's got to pay its way. But we've also seen the National Strategic or Security Strategy review coming out from the US, and it's confirmed that even under Donald Trump's isolationist approach, if you like, the US continues to see East Asia and the Pacific as a crucial area. Of course, this is where all the expansionism of China comes to the fore. That's very good for Australia, and it just underscores how important Australia's alliance with the US will continue to be in this part of the world.
Yeah, and we both need each other. You guys need our defense technology. We need your natural resources. China is an ever-growing threat. A lot of people call Donald Trump an isolationist. I actually don't. I think he's very willing to kind of get involved in different places around the globe when he sees it as being in the best interest of the United States. This is a president who definitely understands the growing threat of China and, the importance of having a strategy in that portion of the globe. So this is just kind of a win-win situation for both Australia and the United States.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you'd like to be an isolationist. Who wouldn't? But in the end, where America's might is needed and their interventions are needed and their firepower is needed, then he's there. And he's certainly been there in Eastern Europe. He's certainly been there in the Middle East. And he's going to maintain that focus in East Asia as well. Here's our Defence Minister and Deputy Prime Minister talking about just the weights being put on Australia for more spending.
Was the Australian government asked to increase our defence spending again today?
Well, I made the comments that I have in relation to defence spending. We've been very clear about our position in relation to defence spending and where that has led. And that has led to the biggest increase in peacetime defence spending in Australia's history.
Yeah, so there you go, remaining steadfast on the levels of spending we've got at the moment. We'll see where all that goes. But there's another potential flashpoint here in the relationship, Kristin, with this massive new package of agricultural assistance from Donald Trump. We see this every now and then with American farmers dipping out in global trade. He's tipping $12 billion, I think it is, into farm subsidies and the like. That's great for American farmers, but places like Australia where agriculture is not protected, we could lose out.
Yeah, I mean, this is something Donald Trump is doing because he thinks it'll be in the best interest of Americans. Look, we have the midterms coming up next year. Everyone here right now is talking about particularly grocery prices. They're still very high. And one of the most important factors in those elections next year is going to be food prices. So he is giving $12 billion in assistance to American row farmers. Personally, I'm kind of a libertarian leaning person. I don't love to see the government handing out wads of cash to any industry, but maybe it's needed here. But Donald Trump is also a very creative president. So I'd love to see him look at other ways of lowering food prices here in the US, not only looking at the supply side of things, but how about the demand? How about the fact, Chris, that we have 41 million people here in the United States on food stamps? That absolutely drives up the prices of food for everybody. So I'd love to see the president looking at other creative solutions that, may not harm our allies either, if he could implement these other solutions.
Yeah, the trouble is, of course, especially the Europeans are into subsidies when it comes to agriculture and many other countries, so it's not an even playing field. Australia is definitely on the free trade side of the argument. Here's what the president's had to say.
What we're doing is we're taking a relatively small portion of that, and we're going to be giving and providing it to the farmers in economic assistance. And we love our farmers, and they're the backbone of our country. So we're going to use that money to provide $12 billion in economic assistance to American farmers. $12 billion is a lot of money.
There we go. We'll see how that debate plays out. Now, you'll notice there, Kristin, he referred to American farmers. Let's have a look at his predecessor and see how he mangles America. Have a look.
We just have to get up. As long as we keep the faith, summon hope, and get back up and remember who in the hell we are. We're the United States of America. That's who we are. We're the U.S.
Who are you, Kristin? Who are you? What's that country?
All I can say, Chris, is I am proud to be an Amerigotit. I mean, it's ridiculous. It sounds like maybe his dentures may have slipped while he was giving that speech. I still can't believe that, for 4 years, this guy was president and our mainstream media and all the elites told us this was normal. It's absurd. This guy was president of the United States. He can't even say the name of the country he was president of.
God bless Kristin Tate and God bless America. Thanks for joining us.
Exactly. Thank you, Chris.